TaxSlayer Gator Bowl Marketing Committee.
Welcome to the weekly update.
Hello everyone, and welcome to week 10 on the drive to team selection presented by Toyota. That's right, week 10. That means there are only 4 weeks left in the regular season play. So we're going to be looking at 2 games in the SEC this week, probably not the ones you think, Alabama, LSU, and Tennessee, Georgia, but we're going to really focus on Kentucky and Missouri and Florida and Texas A&M because those teams are still in play for our game. Probably not A&M because they were supposed to come last year and probably that won't happen this year. But if you look at the other 3, Kentucky, Missouri, and Florida, they certainly have a chance. So there'll be some separation. I call it separation Saturday because, as I mentioned, the other 2 games are going to really separate maybe the college football playoff, SEC championship, and whatnot. Over in the ACC, all eyes are going to be on Clemson at Notre Dame. That game has huge implications for Clemson and even more so for Notre Dame to become bowl eligible. That's right, bowl eligible for Notre Dame. They still have to play Southern Cal on the back end, so that's going to be a difficult game for them out in Los Angeles, but we're going to follow those 2 games. Also, another game to look at is Syracuse and Pitt. They both are in the race here. Pittsburgh 4-4 overall, and North Carolina is really having a great season, 7-1 overall and undefeated in the conference standings. So a lot of really games that are really going to be impactful. Again, week 10, only 4 weeks left. So as we talk to you next week, we'll even know more definitive where things stand. The drive to team selection presented by Toyota. I want to again thank our partners at Toyota for making it all happen. Have a good day. As part of our Week 10 show, we're going to focus in on the ACC selection process. And then Week 11, we'll talk about the SEC. But when we look at the ACC selection process, possibly they'll have a team in the top 4. Right now, Clemson, I think, has a chance to be in the top 4. And then they have to have a representative in the Orange Bowl. Now, if Clemson's not in this setting here, they would drop down potentially to the Orange Bowl. Now, Tampa could come into play only if the Orange Bowl opponent is from the Big Ten. That's the only way that can happen. So they're kind of on the hook. Then it falls down to TaxSlayer, Orlando, and San Diego. And what we'll get from the ACC is a group of premium teams. It's the teams that are not involved in the college football playoff and the Orange Bowl. Then we're given a set of teams, and probably they'll go straight from total wins and losses to where these bowls would basically be placing those teams that are in that premium bowl. So the chances of us being able to pick a 6-6 team as opposed to an 8-4 team probably is remote. So you're looking at teams probably in this tier that have 7, 8, 9 wins, maybe 10, and then we'll go from there. So again, that kind of wraps up the ACC selection process. Again, the college football playoff representative, Orange Bowl, they have to have a player team there. Tampa would get a pick if the if the Orange Bowl opponent is ACC Big Ten. If not, Tampa goes away. Then it drops to TaxSlayer, Orlando, and San Diego for the premium teams. Hope this helps explain things a little bit better from the ACC standpoint.
Welcome to our first weekly update in the month of November. The countdown is definitely on to team selection, which means we're heating up on all things happening off the field as well. For the rest of the month, you're going to see us focus a lot on family and things that we're thankful for. So be sure to pay close attention in the coming weeks for some special highlights from members and staff and our families. A couple of quick updates about membership. Tomorrow, we will be having our final Bold Ladies event of 2022. It's College Football 102, where we will focus on the team selection process, how teams get selected for the college football playoff and ultimately the 78th TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. There's still just a couple of seats available. So if you'd be interested in attending, the event is free. Please send me an email at katie@taxslayergatorbowl.com and we'd be glad to have you. My second update is last week we talked about the Little Gator Bowl Pop Warner City Championships, which were presented by WW Gay Mechanical Contractors. We had 10 teams here at TIA Bank Field last Sunday to compete for 5 city championships. All of the winners got these are very heavy rings that they were very grateful to get. It was an exceptional day of youth football. Some really amazing young men participated on the field, and they were accompanied by about 60 or 65 cheerleaders as well. So we'd like you to check out this highlight from last Sunday's game.
Let me see your ring. Can you show me it? Whoa. As you can see, a lot of fun was had last weekend at the Little Gator Bowl. We hope you enjoyed that little recap. One other charity program we want to tell you about that we have not talked about yet this year, but is a cornerstone program of Gator Bowl charities, is the Send a Child to the Game program presented by ViStar. We each year bring about 1,200 kids and family members to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl game. Everything is provided for them, from transportation. They get a pregame meal thanks to our friends at Chick-fil-A Jacksonville. They get a commemorative t-shirt, and then of course their ticket to the game. That is done thanks to donors from, it can be individuals, companies, sponsors. That's how we're able to provide so many experiences for these local youth. So if you're interested in making a donation, there is a button below that you can do that. To provide one child's experience is about $75 for, like we said, everything: transportation, t-shirt, meal, game ticket. And to provide a bus of 40 kids is $3,000. So if you're interested in that, like I said, there's a link down below, and we would love to have you support the cause. Have a good rest of your week.